They're exciting to look at. You love to share them. You love to point people to your highest performing piece of content. Yet there's people who will tell you they don't matter. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about vanity metrics. And in this video and this podcast episode, depending on where you're listening or watching from, I'm going to talk about why vanity metrics are important and then what you can do with your vanity metrics to make them more meaningful, more valuable to you and your business. So let's get to it. Hi, I'm Vicki O'Neill, your Plateau to Grow marketer, and this week we're going to talk about vanity metrics and the reason why they are important to your business. Now, first, what is a vanity metric? Vanity metrics are those numbers that really make you feel good, right? You like to share them, you like to talk about them. You look at them and say, this post got a lot of likes, or this post got a lot of comments, or it got shared by some popular person on that platform, which is good. And that's what I'm going to focus on today, is the fact that vanity metrics are good from the standpoint of letting you know if the content you're sharing is valuable and meaningful to your ideal customers, or at least the audience on the platform that you are sharing that content. But here's the thing, you can't let that be your guiding force behind your business or your revenue. It just shouldn't be leading your marketing strategy or leading the data and the metrics behind your business and the decisions that you're making. Vanity metrics are just a helpful touch point or a helpful point in time to indicate what is working and what's not working. And that's really why vanity metrics are important. Without them, how would you know what type of content, what's resonating with people, what's really getting people fired up, or really getting people to take action? Without those numbers, you wouldn't know. You would be aimlessly creating content and blindly posting information that may or may not be helpful. So that's why the vanity metrics are helpful, is because it gives you feedback, instantaneous feedback as to what is working and what's not working with your marketing, your content, and in your business. So it is good to have your vanity metric goals in place on each of your social platforms to understand if you're growing on that particular platform, and then also to understand from a data perspective what's working and resonating and what's not. An example of vanity metrics would be your number of followers. It would be the number of likes that you get on a particular post, or number of views of a particular video, how many comments you get, the number of shares that you may have gotten on a different social platform if you're sharing a blog post somewhere else. What's important to understand from your vanity metrics is to not really stop there, right? It's a starting point and an insight into your business and your marketing to see what's working. The key is to understand what happens beyond the vanity metrics, right? You need to understand that if you've got 1 million followers, how many of those followers are not only liking and engaging with your content, but how many of those people are actually buying from you, right? So there needs to be a follow-through metric that's even more important and has higher visibility to you and all of those within your business, whoever the stakeholders are. When you're digging in a little bit deeper into the data and the vanity metrics, you're really looking at the actionable metrics, right? So that's creating context around what's working and what's not working along the entire customer journey. Actionable metrics are data that tie specific actions to observable results. Okay, so keeping that in mind, know that although they're very important to marketing and sales and everybody who touches the customer journey, it's also going to be very personalized or customized from company to company. So what's working for you and your company may be completely different in what's working with me and my company, or someone else, even a competitor, with them and their company and their results. So it's important to understand what those are, and of course, vanity metrics, and then hone in on those even further and identify what those actionable metrics are, so that you are measuring something that's got real meaning and value to you, your business, and ultimately your sales and your customers. So while vanity metrics are a point in time and have no context, the actionable metrics are a lot more valuable and meaningful and have more context, because it takes a deeper dive into not just the data, but what customers or prospects are doing along their customer journey to help you better understand the attribution and where they might be coming from. Now, of course, as a marketer, you might have a more complicated customer journey and not really understand through all the different touch points where someone's coming from. But actionable metrics are going to be more meaningful because it is going to help you get there at least closer than a vanity metric would. And that's why it's important to focus in on the actionable metrics more so than you do the vanity metrics. I'm going to review 3 steps that you can take to either develop or improve your actionable metrics. And the first one is defining your marketing goals. So an example of a marketing goal would be to increase brand awareness. And a way that you can do this is to drive more traffic back to your website that is new site traffic, right? And it can also be your social media presence, driving more people back to your profile or back to your page or back to your company page, wherever you're spending time on social media. In this, you want to not only comment on other people so they can start to see you as a brand authority or as a thought leader in your industry, but also it's going to give you more presence on your brand, which is going to help you achieve that marketing goal of increasing your brand awareness. So make sure that you're jotting that down and figuring out how you're going to make that happen. The second thing that you can do to define your actionable metrics is to do an audit of your existing marketing report or your existing marketing metrics. This is really going to help you understand, again, high level, what vanity metrics are important and which ones aren't, but then taking a deeper dive into the data and analyzing which ones are really serving a purpose that are helping you achieve your marketing goals and which ones aren't. While vanity metrics have value in your marketing report, you'll want to make sure that they're just framing the narrative and not leading it. The third thing that you can do is actually change or convert your vanity metrics into actionable insights. Now, that might sound a little crazy, or you might say, hey, it just makes sense based on everything you've been saying, because actionable metrics or actionable insights are just a deeper dive of the vanity metrics. So it is completely possible. In fact, the example would be vanity metrics would be your social followers, right? Your 10,000. And then your actionable metric would be social referrals or social engagement. So you know you have an audience that's there, it's relevant. Hopefully you've earned them organically and you haven't bought them or been part of a pod of some sort. Now I'm talking organic traffic. And those are people who are saying, yes, I'm interested in you, what you have to say, what you have to offer, what you have to sell, the mission that you want, whatever it is. They're a relevant group of people who want to be a part of your community. The only thing is, social networking isn't guaranteeing any types of sales, right? You need to help them take that next step in their customer journey. And that's really understanding where they are and giving them some type of call to action for them to say, yes, I want to take that next step towards buying from you. Even if they're not ready, at least you're helping them on their journey and they're going to stay. Keep in mind that when you have actionable metrics in place, and that's what you're reporting on and tracking and monitoring, you are setting yourself up for a stronger presence, a stronger future, and you're creating a stronger brand because you're looking beyond just the vanity metrics, right? You're looking at what's more meaningful, what's purposeful, what people want. And it's really important to understand that, or else you're not going to be in business. So make sure that you're looking at the actionable metrics and not just the vanity metrics. And if you have something that you want to share with me, positive, negative, you agree, you don't agree, you have something to add, please do so. I would love to hear from you no matter what it is. If this sparked interest with you, then let me know that as well. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending time with me on this channel. And until next time, make today great.